the first reaction that is coming off the Finance Minister, Nirmala Sitharaman, on the Adani stock fall. She says that the LIC's SBI exposure is well within a permissible limit. She also goes on to say that the banking system is right now at a comfortable level and that the regulators are very stringent about governance. Well, that is the first reaction coming in from the Finance Minister, Nirmala Sitharaman, on Adani stock fall. And to take us through more details, I'm joined by my colleague Tamanna. Tamanna, how do you see this statement that has come from the Finance Minister? She's clearly saying that the LIC and the SBI exposure is well within permissible limit. Is this the way the government is trying to detract from this entire row?
It's a very significant statement because it's the first official response from the Government of India and no less Finance Minister on what has been happening with the stock prices of Adani over the last few days and post the Hindenburg report as well. Why it's important is because it focuses on the strength and integrity of two very crucial Indian institutions which are holders of the money of lakhs and lakhs of Indians. That's the Life Insurance Corporation and the State Bank of India, the largest life insurer in the country, the largest public sector bank, or the largest bank actually in the country. Now, concerns were being raised over the last few days on how much investment these two institutions have made in Adani Group stocks, and as the stock price falls, what is the impact on these investments, which are essentially, created by savings of ordinary Indians, which is why this response that says LIC is still sitting on a profit despite Adani stock fall is important. That will be technically true, and that is technically true because LIC is invested when the stock price was much, much lower and before the run-up, which began post-2019. But nevertheless, questions are now being asked whether due diligence has been done. Indian banking system at a comfortable level is also a very important statement being made because concerns were being raised about the exposure Indian banks, especially public sector banks, had to Adani Group companies. What I mean by that is how much debt they've given and whether this group will be able to pay that debt back. So the Finance Minister has now clarified that the Indian banking system has a very comfortable level at this point. And the last point is also crucial because the opposition and defectors have been asking what have Indian regulators been doing through all of this. But we had to wait for a Hindenburg report to raise all of these questions. The questions have been asked about RBI, the Reserve Bank of India, SEBI, etc. That have they been doing the due diligence? Here the clarification is coming from the Finance Minister saying that regulators are very stringent about governance in this country. So while this is not the government backing the Adani Group in any which way, that's very clear, but they are speaking out for the integrity and the strength of Indian institutions, saying that there is no reason to question how robust our system is.
Well, Tamanna, appreciate you joining us with all those details. And that's the first reaction that is coming in from the Finance Minister, Nirmala Sitharaman, on the Adani stock route, where she also goes on to say that the LIC is still sitting on profit despite Adani stock fall.